Cut my volume up. I don't need these dang on filters on here. Hey, Miss Kriegler. Did you not get an email for class? You say missed y'all tonight. Or did you miss it? Did you not get an email? Hey, Crystal. Okay, because I know we talked. You sent him a text. Okay. I know we talked earlier in the day. I know he said he was gonna host class tonight, so something might have come up. You say you sent him a text. Okay. Yeah, I gotta see. I'm gonna have to see too. I had another meeting, so I couldn't attend. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find out. Everything was okay. Did you get your video from Sunday? Because I know we got emails sent out. Did you get your email from Sunday? I haven't been on in a couple of days. Okay, cool. That's the main thing, right? The Q&A sessions may or may not change, and he probably just we could probably do maybe a replacement on Saturday or tomorrow. I'll call him in the morning because I haven't talked to him since earlier this morning. So he's usually very responsive. So maybe something is going on or happening. So I'll double check in the morning. But as long as you got the content uploaded, right? That's the main thing. That's the main thing. So we can always answer some questions. I haven't been on in a while, in a couple of days, maybe almost a week. It's been a lot going on. So I was like, let me just jump on tonight for a little bit. Not planning on being here long because I already got my bath water running and ready to relax. I got my wine ready. So by the time we finish this glass, we're going to be off of here. But like I said, I wanted to check in because I hadn't been on my YouTube channel, and y'all know I like my YouTube family. I miss my YouTube family. I mess with my YouTube family. I did post a couple of videos. More of the two recent ones are probably not going to be for majority of my YouTube audience. I had did a video on Zoom that I broadcasted on my Facebook channel. I think today is Thursday. I think I did that Monday, where I basically went on Section 8. You said we need a live meeting too. I'm done. Okay. I have a funeral on Saturday at opera concert, so until about 6, I'll be available. Okay, I'm gonna find out from him, and then we'll send the email out to everybody. I'll call him in the morning to find out what's going on or when we will replace the live from today. What was I getting ready to say? Oh, so I had posted a video about people who are on Section 8 and how you can actually buy property, right? So I'm really drilling this conversation in you all's head about ownership, especially when it comes to having some type of property or land. Okay. A lot of people are not paying attention as far as what's going on think my speaker is on. A lot of people are not paying attention as far as like what's going on in the world today, right? And so the conversation that I had, I think the last time we got on was I was talking to you all about how these different companies and corporations are buying up the blocks. All right. And when I say buying up the blocks, I mean literally, right? Literally buying up the blocks. And so on my Instagram and Facebook channel, I put a couple of the videos here on YouTube, not as many as I've been doing on Instagram and Facebook, which is I've been showcasing some of our neighborhoods in Chicago. And some of those videos, I'm showing areas in our communities that are really underserved, right? A huge lack of resources, buildings empty, commercial and residential, land available, some not available, right? So I'm really, really drilling this conversation in with you all to kind of really pay attention to what's going on right now. And a lot of you all are not paying attention to how corporations are buying up the blocks. And this is not just in Chicago, this is all over the United States, right? People are literally buying up our neighborhoods and communities. And more people who live in these neighborhoods and communities, and even if you don't live in the neighborhoods and community, you need to be paying attention to stuff like that. And like I said, we started this conversation over a month ago when the government shut down, right? And the question that I asked a lot of you all, especially on my YouTube channel, was, what have you learned from the government shutdown? And if you are someone who depends on the government, what is your plan? What are you going to do? Right? And so part of that, to me, part of that plan should be, you should be thinking about owning some type of land, property, real estate. Okay. Renting your whole life, you're not winning. You're not. You're not winning renting your whole life, especially for those of you all who have kids. Especially for those of you all who had kids. I say this all the time. One of the biggest things that I made sure that I did before I purchased my luxury vehicle, I didn't even really care about no damn luxury car. I just bought one last year just to do it for my birthday. Just to say, okay, well, in case I die tomorrow, then I bought a damn vehicle, right? But my business pays for that car. I'm not paying for that car out of pocket. My business pays for that car. But before I even did that, I wanted to have 2 properties under my belt. I've shared that with y'all. I wanted to make sure that I had property and I have land. I have one small lot down south, but I wanted to own something. You know what I mean? I wanted to make sure that if anything happened, my mom and I always had a place to stay. And I need more of y'all to think like that. Because, baby, seeing how some of these people was going in with these last 45 days with the government being shut down, it was really kind of heartbreaking to see. It was really kind of heartbreaking to see how so many people were depending on the government to eat, live, survive. That's not a way of life. All right. That needs to change. That needs to change. And so one of the videos that I put up today was, if you are someone on Section 8 or someone, a lot of us have family members. I got hella cousins that's on Section 8, right? I've never been on Section 8 a day in my life. My mom never been on government assistance. That's one thing she taught me early on in life, was she didn't want to depend on the government. And I shared with y'all, my mama took an extra 30 days of pay of unemployment. And the feds came to my house and locked my mama up. My mama did 7 days in the county jail in Chicago for taking unemployment. Like, all the crimes in America, and y'all come and lock my mama up because she took an extra 3 weeks of unemployment. Like, yeah, that taught me a lot, right? So me and her never depended on the government after that. And that wasn't dependent on the government because unemployment, you pay into that. They owe you that. That's your money that you're paying in when you get unemployment. That's not the government giving you anything. Nobody gets unemployment if they didn't work a job, right? So tonight, I wanted to reiterate right now, while many of you all are thinking and on this whole idea of not shopping for the holidays, great. I'm glad some of you all are coming to your senses and finally understanding how America is built, because all of these fake holidays is made up, as we call them, pagan holidays, the white man holidays, right? But really, it's just money for them to make more money off of y'all. Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that. None of that shit is real. All of these is fake man-made holidays for them to get money off of y'all, because they know how gullible Americans are and how easily it is to persuade you to spend your money for Valentine's Day, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all of these fake holidays, right? But like I said, you not winning if you ain't got nothing. For real, for real. I went to the liquor store today to get my wine, and I was taking this video, and it was like 20 people in there. I ain't never seen this line this damn long. The line was all the way to the back of the dang on door. And I'm standing there, and it's this Bel Air bottle. And it say 4 bottles for $100. And so I took a video, and the young guy behind me, I guess he thought I was taking the video like on some fun shit. And I was like, anybody that's finna spend buy 4 of these bottles for $100 and you don't have life insurance, you not winning. And he just looked. He was like, I thought you was about to say something else. Yeah, I know you did, baby. Now, anybody that's about to come in here and spend 4 bottles on some Bel Air liquor for $100 and you don't have a life insurance policy, you are not winning. You're not winning in life. You're not. You're not. You're not. And that's why I'm the realist tax and business strategist, because I'm going to tell you what you don't want to hear to your face. Hello. Wake you up, because a lot of y'all are not woke. You living in this fake fantasy world. But like I said, if you don't got a life insurance policy, but you buying liquor every day, every week, you ain't winning. If you ain't got a place to lay your head at night, you don't got a pot to piss in, you're not winning. You got a Gucci bag or a Louis bag or some shoes and a belt, but you don't got nothing, you're not winning. Hello. 2025, let's change that before you roll over into your New Year's. You know, all y'all make these fake New Year's resolutions. You know, everybody make these fake New Year's resolutions. I'm randomly talking to girl. I ain't on here talking about nothing for real, for real. I'm randomly talking tonight. I'm randomly talking because I ain't on here for real, for real. Jewel, I know you don't buy none of that mess, baby. I know you don't buy none of that mess. Because I'm grown and I want to. Hello. It's about why you drinking? Because I'm grown and I want to. It's a glass of wine. This ain't a real drink. So, tax lien sale. I told y'all that. If you live in Cook County, we starting the course in January. I was going to start the course in December, but the list will not be available in December. So it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense for me to start the course and you all don't have access to the list. Most people are going to want to see the tax lien list. We could have did it off of an old list, but I'm like, why would we do that, right? You want to see the current list. So they normally don't put the current list out till about 60 days before they do the tax lien. So March 2026 is when the Cook County tax sale is supposed to be. So we've pushed it back till January. Once I find out the exact date that they're going to launch it, then I see somebody on there talking, but we'll wait. I'll wait a moment when I come back. Once I find out the exact date, then I will let you all know. I'm also on YouTube. So Instagram, y'all probably wondering what I'm looking at. I'm on YouTube and I'm on Instagram. When you was talking about drinking without life assurance, that wine got you jumpy. You said on here, you said, why you drinking? But I didn't know why you were saying why you drinking. You just randomly said why you drinking, Nisa Richardson. So that's all I could see. I can't see nothing else. You didn't say you was in the liquor store, why you drinking? So that's what I saw in the comments, okay? You got to be clear, baby, okay? But yeah, tax lien sales is a way for you all to get into real estate. You can buy land, you can buy commercial spaces on there, and you can buy residential property on there. And when I say residential property, you could buy single family homes, you could buy multi-units. Now, again, let's explain this real quick because some people be getting in their feelings. This is the system, okay? This not me. This the system. Everything that we do here, or I talk about on this page and channel, is I'm sharing things with you all that is in the American laws, all right? Tax laws, federal laws, right? So the tax lien and tax deeds are part of federal laws, all right? You can do this in every single state, every single county. Now, every single county and every single state is different, okay? Every single state and every single county is different. Every county has their own rules, has their own list, has their own everything. All right. So you have to go in your specific county, wherever you want to look at, whether you want to, I'm in Chicago. So Cook County is the area that we're focusing on when we do the class in January. When we do it's going to be a 6-week course. So 6 weeks, twice a week, I'll be on sharing information with you all, doing research. We're going to have interviews with experts who have purchased, give you all some insight, give you some clarity as to how the process works. We're also going to show you how to register for the tax lien. Anybody that's in my course, we are going down as a group. I have shirts. If you all have noticed on the YouTube channel, have y'all noticed my merch on the YouTube channel? I got financially sexy shirts, financially handsome for the men. We got mugs and cups. I finally got my merch together on YouTube. So make sure y'all go and support because that does help my non-for-profit when we sell any merch. So I'm not pushing the course out right now because I'm not doing it till January. So I figured I didn't want to take y'all money this early for it. So the course is $4.99. It's 6 weeks. We on twice a week. And I'm showing you everything from A to Z, how to buy land and property on this tax lien. Okay. There are benefits. Every single state and every single county is different. Some counties, all right, some states are faster than others. Some states you can get access to the property within 30 to 90 days. Some states you may have to wait 2 to 3 years, right? It just depends on the type of property too, right? So commercial is different than residential. Residential is different than land, but you can buy land. You can go on auctions. I even show you auction sites in the course. You can go on auctions and you can literally be bidding and buying land and property in other states. If you got family, I've shared that with y'all. If you got family in other states, it may make sense for you to go ahead and get you a spot down in Mississippi, Alabama, right? If you got cousins, grandmamas down there, buy you some land down there where your people at, right? They could pay attention to the property, go look on the property for you, maybe even help build on the property. We got to start getting back into community, right? It's some nice compounds is what they are called, of families. There's some nice families that have bought acres, right? 50 acres, 100 acres, 200 acres of land And then all their family pitches in and builds them a house. They eat together, they share together, they got horses, farm animals, right? That's I would love to do that. But unfortunately, my family mindset is not like that on my mom's side of the family. My dad's side of the family, they're a little more. I'm going to their family reunion. We having a family reunion next year. I'm actually gonna go so I can really get back into the roots of my dad's side of the family because I haven't really seen any of them since he passed away. But my mom's side of the family is huge in Chicago, but they mindset it ain't there. It ain't there. So it's a couple of hundred of us. I wish they would get it together so we can buy some land together. But hey, I ain't got time to be waiting on nobody that ain't trying to do nothing, baby. Okay, I'm over them days of trying to convince anybody to do something. I'm gonna share this information with y'all. You gonna take it and you gonna go with it or you ain't. Right? So maybe some of y'all can get together with y'all families and y'all can get some compounds. Buy this land up and build you some houses. And build you a bunker while you at it too, because you never know what's happening. That's definitely what I'm on. Buying me some land so I could build me a crib big enough to build me a damn bunker. Definitely trying to build me a bunker. I'm one of them, as they used to call. They used to call you conspiracy theorists back in the day when you said anything about a bunker. Call me whatever the hell you want, baby. I'm gonna have me a bunker. Because y'all ain't paying attention. I'm paying attention to the world. Y'all ain't paying attention. Y'all forgot how them rich folks during COVID was building bunkers when they shut the whole world down? While y'all was in the house, them rich folks was building bunkers, baby, left and right. Y'all ain't remember that? Who remember that? YouTube, y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Let me scroll down. I can't see y'all most recent comments. Hold on. Baby, this is why I can't have these conversations with everybody, because a lot of people just is clueless around here. I have a few. Okay, now. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming, YouTube. It don't flow with, you know how like when you on Instagram and Facebook, your comments just flow automatically. YouTube don't do that. I gotta actually scroll down for y'all. My bad, Nisa Richardson. That's why I said my bad. Thought you was over here talking slick. They say what's sad is people trying to buy their homes and were furloughed and couldn't even pay the mortgage. But let me say this. I'm glad you said that, Faith. Let me tell y'all something. Anybody that, if you have a mortgage, okay, now the mortgage companies don't want you to know this, of course, but I did work in banking for 6 years, so I learned a couple of things when I worked for the bank. This is another reason why I talk about ownership, right? Because remember during COVID, they had those like ordinances out to where your landlords couldn't necessarily put you out, right? So some people was living rent free for 1 year, 2 years. It was, especially here in Chicago, those landlords had a real hard time, getting rent from people during that time frame, right? But now all that stuff is over. Right? All of that stuff. Now it's back to normal. If you're not paying your rent, you're getting evicted. They putting you out, in 30, 60 days, right? But that's the other thing about you all when you have property or when you have a mortgage or when you're moving towards ownership, when you're buying versus renting, right? So even though those people were furloughed, Faith, you are not put into a foreclosure proceeding until you are 90 days late. So I tell clients all the time, if God forbid you don't have the money because your rent, and that's the other thing, your mortgage and your rent is your highest expense. What's your highest expense out of the bills that you pay? Your mortgage and your rent, right? That's your highest expense. Where you live at, where you lay your head at every night. And when I say highest expense, you get what I'm saying. What's your highest bill? Right? It's normally your mortgage or your rent. You're paying $1,000, $2,000. Some people paying $2,000, $3,000 for rent. Now, I'm not paying nobody no 3 bands in rent, but hey, do what y'all do, right? But average rent, I think, is like $1,800, $2,500, $2,200 or something like that in Chicago, right? So if you was paying that as a mortgage, and like these people that just happened with the federal government, the shutdown was what, 45 days? They said it was the longest shutdown in history. It haven't been a full 60 days, right? I think it said 45 days when I looked at the site earlier. But let's just say it was 45 days. I don't know for sure, right? They still are okay if they had a mortgage. Now, maybe if they was renting, maybe your landlord was probably tripping or may say something, right? Because I've seen a couple of people on Facebook even say, hey, my long-term tenant been with me 10 years, 15 years, never was late, but let me know that they were a federal employee. I saw a girl post that. She was basically saying she was going to work with her because she had been, paying her rent on time for the last 10 to 15 years, that, she wasn't going to try to put her out or nothing, which I would hope not. But if you had a mortgage, you are late. You are able to technically roll over that mortgage payment, right? Your mortgage payment is due every 30 days. Let's say you didn't pay it for month 1. Then they're going to send you a late notice. Month 2, once you 60 days late, they're going to send you that notice saying, hey, we about to go into a foreclosure proceeding, basically, right? So you don't get the foreclosure proceeding notice until the 90th day. Let me stop. I said 60 days. 60 days, they're going to be calling you, stalking, hey, where your mortgage payment at? But once you hit that 90-day mark, that is when they're going to send you that foreclosure proceeding letter. They give you 90 days when you have a mortgage before they formally start rolling you into a foreclosure type proceeding, right? Or when they start saying, hey, do you need to do a modification, or do you need to do what's the other one that they do, like a short sale, right? They're basically like, if you in some type of financial crisis at 90 days, that's when they really start talking to you. So what you do is you float that, right? So people who had a mortgage, they still was cool. If they miss 30 days, if they make 60 days, now that the government is supposed to be opening back up, people should start getting paid again within this next week or two. They'll be within that 60 to 70 day period. So they still clear, right? But if you didn't know that, and if you have a mortgage and God forbid anything happened, you end up getting furloughed or you lose your job or something like that, then you have up to 90 days before that goes into like a foreclosure proceeding, right? And back in the day, before COVID, but back in the day, some foreclosures took years. Like I shared that with y'all too the last time we was on here, how I had a client who stayed in his house like 2.5 years, not paying a mortgage, but he saved up the cash and bought him a house outright free and clear. Right. So that experience showed him like, okay, I never want to be in a situation where me and my wife could possibly be put out of our house. He was able to save that money up and buy him a house outright. And see, that's my mindset. The house that I have is damn near paid off. Right. My mortgage balance is like $30,000, but my house, and I just looked on the site, my equity is up. Remember I told y'all last week it was like 200,000. Well, now it's say 227,000 a week later. It's a difference. I'm up an extra 27,000 in equity in a week. Okay. So that's why I'm be telling y'all the value of ownership, the value of owning property or having a mortgage versus renting. And rent, there's no equity. There's nothing. You're just wasting your money. Your money just going to air. It's going to the landlord. You done paid your landlord building off. If you've been renting for 10 years, 20 years, you done paid your landlord mortgage off, baby. You ain't winning. That don't even make no sense. Okay, let's grow up. Put your big boy panties on and drawers on, and let's do some grown folks business, okay? Which is go get you some property. Go own you something, especially if you got kids. Because what is y'all leaving these kids? We keep throwing these words, generational wealth out here, but where the generational wealth at? Because again, if you at the liquor store buying 4 bottles of Bel Air, you ain't winning, boo. You don't have a life insurance policy. You ain't winning, boo. I think Young, and I think I put a little bug in his ear because I wish I'd have took a video of his face, baby. The look on his face, I just knew he thought I was gonna say some ghetto stupid shit of what I thought I was gonna post something. And I was like, if you ban this, and you don't have no life insurance, you ain't winning. He was like, oh, almost clutched his pearls a little bit. Like, yeah, this accountability line over here in the liquor store. I'm just here for some wine, boo. I'm just here for a little bit of wine. We ain't drinking no hard liquor around here. Okay. So that is one thing that y'all didn't know. If you didn't know, get you a mortgage because you could float that sucker up to 90 days if God forbid. Now, your credit score going to be affected. Your credit score is definitely going to drop. Remember that. Okay. Anytime you pay late, anytime you 30 days late on your bills, it gets reported to your credit bureau. All right. Now, if you make it before that 30-day mark, if you pay it on day 29, then it don't get reported to your credit. Okay. But if once you hit that 30-day mark, then you're getting them late payments on your credit. But which one do you want? You want to float and keep that property? You can always build that credit score back up in time. Okay. But I will say a late payment can drop you like 100 points. Yeah. One late payment could drop you like 90, 80, 90, 70, 80, 90, 100 points. Easy. Right. So you don't want to be purposely not paying your bills on time. Let's be clear. Okay. I just wanted y'all to know that if you ever got into a financial hardship and you had a mortgage, you could float that sucker a little bit. All right. Let me scroll down. Say roll over. I'm listening. Trusted guy, you too much. You too much. Thank you. Patrick say, yo, I'm ready for anything. Let's roll. What's going on, Patrick? Yeah, 6 weeks online. It's a Zoom workshop. So we meet twice a week on Zoom. He's like, take my money. Give me my money. I have to check out the merch. Yes, y'all, I put the merch on there. Like I said, I got Financially Handsome for the men. Because all of y'all going to be financially handsome. We talked about that, fellas. We getting y'all weight up. For the ones that's not, who weight is not up, we getting y'all weight up. And then for the ladies, we got Financially Sexy. And then I still got the Book Smart, Street Smart shirts on there too. So Book Smart, Street Smart shirts are unisex. Patrick say, makes sense. I need a different family then. Look, Patrick, me too, Patrick. Look, me too. Me too. I promise you. Trusting God, really bunkers are different prices. It depends on what you want in your bunker. Some people have a small bunker. Some people have a big bunker. It was this, now this one cost $1 million. I ain't gonna lie. I think the guy said it was 1.5 million, but I ain't gonna lie. It was nice on Instagram. It was a bunker on Instagram, and the guy built like a whole apartment in the base. And like the bunker went all the way down. I want to say it was 12 feet, not that high. Because the stairs was long. Like he was in the kitchen, and then it opened up like this. Okay, now hold on. What's going on back there? It opened up like behind this. You know how they had those what do you call them, y'all? Well, they have like those private doors or like hidden doors. Like it was behind the refrigerator. So you open up the refrigerator. It looked like a refrigerator, but it's a stairway, and it was long, like it was deep. So it was way longer than 12 feet. Probably, I don't know. What's the size of a swimming pool? Because it was long. The guy went down the stairs. The stairs was a long drop, right? But then once he got down to the bottom of it, it was like this whole other apartment. But it was a bunker because it had the steel, it had the thick steel door, like the doors at the bank. You know how big and heavy those bank doors are when you're going into the safe? It was like that. And you could see how thick the door was. It was a disaster door. So it could it could hold a blast, basically. That's what it was called, a disaster door. Then, you know, when you walk in, they have the little thing that shoots the air on you. I cannot think or talk tonight. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You done seen all these damn movies before. Y'all know what I'm talking about. When you come into the door and then it spray you down, you know, it had that. And then it had another door and security. And then you walk into the bunker. But the bunker was decked out, baby. I'm talking about decked out. He had bedrooms, a whole kitchen, a whole bathroom, a whole sauna. He had a whole gun range room in the bunker, baby. I was like, oh yeah. But the man said it on the Instagram post that it was like $1 million bunker. But the average person not doing no bunker like that, trust in God, okay? But when you got some money, that's the type of stuff that you could spend your money on. So, but I don't know what the average bunker costs, to be honest. I haven't even figured that out yet because I don't have the property to build my bunker yet. I'll let you know when I do it. As soon as I get that property and start building that bunker, then I'll let you know. But bunker's gonna be different prices because it's built how you want it. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It took them. They do not want your property. He said they do not want your property. Yes, it took them 2 years to kick him out. No, it didn't even take them 2 years to kick him out. He left before 2 years. At that particular time, that's how long it was taking. Like back then, I don't know if you remember. I don't know how old y'all are, but this wasn't that long ago. This was like when I was working at the bank. 09 to 013. The market, we had a housing market crash, I want to say in 09. So in 09, we had a housing market crash. And a lot of banks damn near went under. And the housing market basically crashed. So a lot of people was living in a house without paying a mortgage because the banks had so many foreclosures. So like Bank of America, Chase, this client, I think he had Chase. So it was taking them like 2 years to evict you, to go through the whole, not even evict you, because you don't get evicted when you have a mortgage. It's a different process. Foreclosure, that's what I'm going to call it. It took them like 2 to 3 years to go through people's foreclosures. You get what I'm saying? So back then, people were literally living in their houses for 2 to 3 years and not paying a mortgage, right? If you were smart, you would have been saving that mortgage money and buying you something outright, like my client did, right? So that's what I was saying. Is owning property like the stock market in a way? No, I wouldn't say property and the stock market are in the same category, Patrick. Two completely different things. I never looked at it that way. I don't know why. I don't know why you came up with that. Maybe you could tell me why you asked that question. But owning property and the stock market is not the same at all in my eyes, the way I see it. Patrick said, I want to do some grown people stuff. Patrick, you the one who told us don't come up there where you at. Where you say you at in Washington? You talk about you don't want nobody coming up there where you at. Nisa Richardson say accountability is the word. No hard liquor, just a wine. Secret Wall. Wow, $1 million bunker. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. Now, I don't think the bunker that I needed don't need to be $1 million, but that one was nice. I ain't gonna lie. That one was real nice. You need at least 20 mil for a quality bunker that'll last through the nukes. Well, damn. Okay, Patrick. I'm gonna have to maybe post that video on Instagram. But I need y'all to remember on YouTube, if I post somebody else content, I gotta be in the video. I know some people don't like that when you just sitting there in the video smiling. But with YouTube, when you post other people content, you have to do that because they basically like you stealing people content when you just post a video, right? So I may have to find that video again. 08, okay, Faithy. I knew it was 08, 09. That's when the government bailed out the car companies too. Exactly, Faith. It was a lot happening that year. That's why I say the whole damn world system was shutting down in 08. What was that fell?
I don't know, but your show
It'll
was.
be all right, mama.
It's gone. It's gone. It's leaving out the tub.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. It'll be all right.
All
right. And you know what? I haven't really looked at REITs. I've heard of REITs. I haven't really looked at REITs like that. I've heard of REITs though. I just really haven't looked into REITs like that. Hello, John. How are you? REITs, if that's what he meant. Yeah, I just haven't really looked at REITs like that. REITs. I've heard of REITs all the time. REITs. REITs are real estate investment trusts that companies own, operate, or finance. Let me just move this. Finance income producing real estate, allowing individuals to invest in large scale. So actually, I did invest in a REIT before. It's a company that one of my real estate friends put me on to, and you could basically put like $100, $300 up, and then they give you interest on that. So yeah, I do know a lot of people do REITs. I just personally haven't got too heavy into the REITs. John said, today is my birthday. I'm sad. I'm crying now. No one showed me how to blow balloons now. Oh my God. Oh, John, you be all right. You grown, man. You woke up. Thank God. Say blessed for another day. Other than that, your birthday, you be all right. Look, you be all right. Long as you woke up on your birthday, that's it. You blessed. You here, man. So yeah, but that's what you're gonna do. Okay, you're gonna get you a tax lien sale, or you're gonna buy you a property. Okay, you don't got to do the tax lien if you don't want to do the tax lien, if you don't want to take over somebody's property, which I understand, because I told y'all when I do the tax liens, I'm not looking to put somebody grandma out their house. So I do look for properties that are already empty and vacant. There are a lot of tax liens that are already empty and vacant. Okay, so y'all could do that. All right, but it's a system. It's the system of America. Unfortunately, if people don't pay their property taxes, then the government will come in and take your, okay, I'm getting ready to block him. The government will come in and take your basically take your land, take your property, right? Because you didn't pay taxes. So you got to pay your taxes. But you can buy property. You can take over somebody's property if you pay their taxes. And again, there's a lot of property that's already empty. The people have already left. It's a lot of foreigners here that buy land and leave. I don't know if they just leave on their own or they get deported, but hey. All right, don't worry about him, y'all. I blocked him. So he shouldn't be responding no more. Faith say, you got one more time. Faith, I think I still got you as a moderator. Faith. Yeah, do. It say remove as a managing moderator. So you still got moderator capabilities, Faith. All right. So like I said, I've been on here 45 minutes. All right, I ain't gonna be on here much longer, y'all. I got to go get in my bath. My mama said my water's going out. But I wanted to put that on your head to remind you. Tomorrow I'll come on for Finance Friday. We're going to talk a little bit about something different. I'm going to get back on some credit and tax topics. So tomorrow I want to talk to y'all about building up your credit and why you want to build up your credit, why you want your credit to be A1. So when you start these businesses, when you start these companies that you're going to do, then you Gucci. Okay? You Gucci because you need the credit. You need the credit. When you start these businesses. I have been studying. I've been on federal contracts these last 2 weeks. That's another reason why I ain't been on here with y'all, because I've been on my federal contract studying. I've been watching, learning, studying. Okay. I know I'm finna get off. I've been watching, studying the federal contracts. So that way by next year, okay, by next year, that's something that we'll talk more about. But I'm still telling y'all, if y'all want to learn, get into it, Look that up as well. All right. These are all ways for you to be able to lock in, have some sustainability where you're not focused on a 9 to 5, right? Tax lien sales is a way that you can get property without having to have a formal mortgage. That way you own something, even if you don't buy a property, even if you buy land. It's a lot of land on these lists that are less than $500, less than $1,000. Seriously, damn near in Ed County got something less than $1,000. If Cook County high rate crazy overpriced county, we call it Cook County here in Chicago. Okay, we call it Crook County. You say Bathwater is gone. It probably is, baby. That's why I told her I ain't worried about it. I'll be all right. I'll rerun it. Crook County. We call it Crook County here. Okay. If Crook County has properties on there for 500 and 1,000, I know some of y'all in your other states and counties could definitely do it. Okay. It was literally land on there and property on there. Mama said it was gone. She did. She did. She like, your water gone, baby. Your water gone. So I didn't fill the damn tub up anyway. I knew I was getting ready to get on here, so I had only filled it up halfway. So I ain't tripping. I needed to have this word with y'all. I need something said to get on here and to tell y'all need to be focused on buying y'all some damn property. Okay. You need to be focused on having something and not renting your whole life. So I could get some more bath water. I need you to get some property. Okay. That's what I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need you to get some property. Let me get off of Instagram, because they ain't talking about nothing over there. Discard video. Don't even let them watch the replay. I keep telling them folks I'm not gonna be on Facebook or Instagram after this year. Look. Okay. YouTube is going to be the only place y'all can find me. And then you're going to only find me in private community, private classes and workshops. That's it. I've been on the internet over 10 years. I'm done with the regular free internet. Facebook is the modern day MySpace, Patrick. I can't stand Facebook no more. Trusted guy, you are welcome. Did y'all we've been talking about these tax liens for a little while. Who on here actually looked to tax lien up in a county? How many of y'all actually looked it up to see what's available in your county or what your county do? I know. Thank you, Patrick, for being honest. That's why I said, some said get on here tonight and tell they asses to do it because they not listening. Chad say, can I put a lien on your property? Okay, Chad, are you one of them? If you say something else crazy, because that's a dumbass question. West Side Chicago. I did West Side Chicago. Okay. So you still in Cook County then, Nisa Richardson? You say my auntie made her whole real estate portfolio from the land bank. Hey, auntie winning, baby. Auntie is winning. That's what I'm talking about. And that's another site that y'all could go on if you didn't want to wait on the tax lien sale. Cook County got property on there right now. Like right now. I just was on there. I just was on Land Bank looking at it. I just was on Land Bank looking at it. That ain't my regular dude that be on here. At first I thought it was, but that's not the regular Chad I think that be on here. This may be a new dude, y'all. This may be a new dude. Stacy, guess what? Guess who I met today? I think your nephew, Stacy. I'm just not seeing your comment on here, Stacy. Your nephew, Jay or Julian. I met him today at That's a Burger. I went to That's a Burger and got me a turkey burger and some chili for my mama. And he turned around and he looked at me and he was like, you the lady that be on the internet with all the free game. He say, I think you his uncle. He was like, my uncle Stacy told me to follow you and watch your content. So I'm like, what's Stacy name? He like, I think his name's Stacy Hillard. I think his name's Stacy Hillard on his platform. And I said, yeah, I'm familiar with your uncle. He do be on there. So I met your nephew today and we had a real good conversation. He actually made me proud. He's 22. He made me real proud today. I don't think Stacy's still on here because his comment was up here earlier and I didn't see it. I'm just not scrolling, seeing some of y'all comments that I missed. There it goes, Stacy Hillard. Yeah. I met your nephew today, Stacy. If you watch the replay later. He was a really very smart young man. It made me think like, okay, y'all, some of y'all out here raising these kids right. Jules said you could buy property and get them the option to stay on and possibly sell back. That is if they hold up on their end. Well, you definitely got to have contracts, Jules. So yes, that's something you could definitely do. But make sure that you always get contracts, lease agreements, stuff like that. Don't go off nobody's word that they're going to pay y'all, okay? Don't listen to that. What the black judge used to always tell y'all, don't let them people tell you they're going to pay you back when they get their taxes because they lying. I can't remember the black judge. Was that Mathis? Mathis was the one that said it all the time. Mathis used to tell y'all all the time, don't let them people tell you they're going to pay you back when they get their tax refund, baby, because they not. Okay, Faith said I gave him a warning before destruction. Well, I just clicked them on off, Faith. Okay, now I'm scrolling down the rest of y'all properties, the rest of y'all. Needs to say, we need the link. Faith say 28 years in the game. Side note before you go, Chicago style pizza or New York style pizza? Now, Patrick, you gonna really ask me, a Chicagoan? You think I'm gonna choose New York whack ass pizza? New York pizza is horrible. It's thick. No, Chicago style all day, man. All day. When I went to New York, I was so excited to try their pizza and I was so disappointed. And I went to like 3 different places. I was like, this is whack as hell. It's for y'all to have the amount of people and food that y'all got in New York. I couldn't believe New York pizza was that damn whack. Now, I will say this was about 10 years ago. I haven't really been to New York at least 7 years, at minimum 7 years. I really haven't been to New York in a while. But that pizza was whack as hell. And I had 3 different places. All of them was whack. So, no, Chicago style all day, baby. All day. Crystal say, I'm subscribed to Property Onion here in Miami-Dade. I get a list of foreclosure and auctions every week. And Crystal, in Miami-Dade, can you confirm? Because aren't you all, can't you pay for those tax liens? Don't y'all get those in like 30 days? Like your redemption period is really short in a lot of counties in Florida, which is what I'm considering looking at next. Since I know I want to come to Florida, I've been telling Gary that like I need to be looking at some of the tax liens in Florida so I can be grabbing me something. So by the time I am ready to move there, whenever God gonna release me out of Chicago, when I am ready, I have me a crib in Florida. But Chris, I need you to confirm that. Because I want to say y'all down there in Florida, y'all got like 30 days. and y'all own the property. Like, I'm like, damn, they don't give them people much time. I found out in New Orleans, that's how a lot of them people in New Orleans lost their property too with the whole Katrina thing, because New Orleans get them like 7 days. Like, damn, I'm gonna just say 30 days too. 7 may be pushing it. But some counties' redemption period is like 30 days, 60 days. So if you don't come back and you don't pay them taxes in that period, baby, somebody can come and redeem your property. So I found that out from one of my New Orleans friends. She told me that. She shared that with me. That's how a lot of people lost their property during that Katrina time in New Orleans. Because, of course, people was gone. They wasn't coming back, to be able to claim their property. So them damn people was down there claiming them people property, knowing that they wasn't coming back. Got it. I'll be looking that up soon as we get off. Okay, cool. And then Faith say she owned all that property and then she was renting half out to Section 8. Right. I mean, I got people in Chicago that I'm in networks with now that got 130 doors, 200 doors, 150 doors. And that's how they got a lot of these properties off the tax lien sale. So that's why I'm sharing it with y'all. We don't hold info over here. I give y'all free game all the time. I was gonna say, Chad, I thought you was the Chad that's normally on here talking good. You say I'm drunk as fuck. So I'm gonna let you pass today, Chad, with that, because it's your birthday. He always talk about he drunk as hell. He put a lien on my house. Faith say, and Chad, drunk and not respect the channel, brother. Right. He over there tripping, talking about he put a damn lien on my house. That's when I started following. Needs to say that's when I started following Patrice. Absolute Judge Mathis, right? Yeah, he say that all the time. Don't let them people tell y'all they gonna give you they gonna pay you back with their tax refund. People still be listening to that and believing that in today's world. Patrick said, very few give out free game. Pat been prophetic. He said that's a crackhead move. Y'all gonna have me go watch Mathis just to see that piece. Just go pull that clip up. Hey, I had my mom in here cracking up the other day because remember I told y'all I was gonna go find that clip that said you can't handle the truth. I found it. Why they got a whole 13-minute clip on YouTube with the movie, like the whole scene of him cussing out what the hell is his name? What the hell is his damn name? Jack Nicholson. It's the whole 9 to 13-minute scene. Of course, I'm not gonna use that whole clip, but I found it, y'all. And when I let my mama hear, she was cracking up laughing. She said, "You found the clip?" I said, "Yes, I did, baby, because I promise I'm about to start." But I bought one of them little podcast kits, y'all, so I could start making the little sounds and stuff when we on here. The little do. I bought that. TikTok is a bad place. So I said, I cannot wait to get my little sound thing. I'm building my room in the back so we can have the ambiance and all of that. I'm having my little ambiance on here when we be doing these lives. And I'm going to have that. You can't handle the truth out here for y'all. I promise y'all. I found it. I told y'all I was going to get it for them folks that can't do it. Don't them sound effects be hilarious. I'll be rolling when I see people out here with them damn sound effects on their thing. I was like, I need that. I need that in the back of my lab. I know I'm already naturally funny as hell for y'all, but having that sound effect gonna bring a whole nother other level to this whole lab that we do on here. I'm getting prepared. Okay. So let me see. I ain't messing with y'all tonight. I'm in a good mood. I've had a good week. Sipping on my little wine tonight. I got to go refill my tub up since my mama said the water gone. Okay, Crystal, let me know on the next one because I want to say Miami. I want to say again, Florida. Every no matter what state you in, every county is different. But I want to say Florida as a state. I want to say y'all got like a 30-day period, Crystal. So check that because that's that's a good redemption period. Like in Cook County, we have a very long redemption period. I think Indiana is like 60 days. So a couple of counties in Indiana. So sometimes you might have to buy in another county to get the property quicker. That's why I said if y'all got family members living there, buy something where your family members is at, because then that way you got a property there. They get a list in Miami GA2 every month. Okay, hold on. I see Patrick responds to with him asking me about that damn pizza. New York pizza is horrible. Like, it's sad wet cloth. Man, New York got soggy ass pizza, but the rest love New York pizza. Yeah, that's why. Because most people throwing that shit away. I didn't even eat all. Man, I damn near threw all 3 pieces away. Like, I took a couple of bites and I threw that shit away. So I know them rats love that, because that was horrible. I was really disappointed in New York with that whack pizza. And then it was thick. They had one that was sliced kind of thin. It wasn't real thin. But then they had one that was thick, like some cornbread. Who the hell eating thick ass pizza like that? All 3 pieces, Patrick, because I told you, I went to 3 different places during my trip there. I was there like 5 days. And I literally tried a different pizza place like 3 days in a row because I was disappointed. And each one was different and each one was nasty. So, yeah. I was real disappointed with New York pizza, though. I ain't gonna lie. Patrick, you just took me back and had me reminiscing on that real quick. Your butt gets on my dang old nerve. All right, I have a Chicago style joint around where I live. I'll try it for the first time and let you know. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know, man. Is it that sweet red? So this, yeah, the one I always drink. The one I always drink. I showed y'all the bottle last time. That's it. You know that I'm the blueberry. Yes. Look at y'all on here remembering. Look at y'all. It's my mama old fault. She the one who sent me to the store wanting it. She drank the last bottle. And I didn't get none. So she bought it. She bought the 2 bottles today. So I got to drink me a bottle today. Patrick say we remember because we care. Bless y'all heart. I love y'all. Now I'm getting off of here so I can go soak. I'm tired. My body, I've been working it out today. So I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll come on earlier because I'll be on earlier tomorrow. I used to come on Fridays at 6 and do Finance Friday, but I haven't been on a schedule in almost 2 years. So I'm trying to get back on like a little schedule with y'all. I don't know exactly what time I'm going to do tomorrow. I know it's Friday. People be out. But I'm going to try to come on earlier before y'all get outside and get the hanging. Okay. All right. So see y'all. Have a good night. Appreciate y'all that are on here. What's up, Dwayne? And Stacy, when you come back on and finish watching the replay, because you always come back and watch the replay. Like I said, I met your nephew today. He told me some great things that you shared with him about me. And I'm proud of that young brother at 22. He was talking real heavy. So I'm glad to see that, our young folks going to be all right. Okay. I'm out. See y'all. Talking about baptize the booty. I can't stand you, Nisa. Baptize the booty. Hell